Instead of coal, you will have to edge Santa Claus while watching this piece of garbage. A vile stain upon history's weave. Evil made manifest and then somehow also incarnate. Quite possibly one of, if not the biggest embarrassment for an IP. You know, I was going to finish that sentence with a since, insert reference here, but I can't think of anything on the scale of ineptitude that the Halo TV show occupies. It is hard to explain the feeling a lot of Halo fans had with this Halo TV show. The moment they said that it was going to be an alternate universe, you knew it was going to be garbage. When they gladly reveal, without pressure or provocation, that they didn't bother to use the games as source material for the show, one of gaming's most awarded, storied franchises, with one of the best throughput narratives in all of video games. Didn't bother to play or use that as any kind of research. Why would you want the source material? You knew the tide was not in your favor. And when you hear about the fact that there's a human female version of the Arbiter who has a sex scene with the Master Chief in front of Cortana while she watches, your heart sinks and you wonder, what did we do as a fan base to deserve this sacrilege? A heresy so pronounced, in your face, and proud of itself, that the Covenant would declare holy war against it. That the Shipmaster himself would rally the elites to purge this heresy, even to our dying breath. And somehow, against the odds of all the things to miraculously gain a Season 2, this is the project that gets us Season 2. The Halo TV show, because we as a Halo fanbase have not suffered enough, especially if you're a fan of the Halo story. We have not suffered enough. We had to go through Halo 5, which no one should have to go through. Granted, I think Halo Infinite, while it had some misfalls and missed potential, overall was a positive entry, and I like it. But that was back in 2020, and we have been essentially radio silent in terms of Halo narrative for a game since. Because let's be honest, not a lot of people are going to read the books. But a TV show is viewed as way more palatable and digestible than reading the novel of the year or whatever. I think the biggest irony would be, funnily enough, if the Halo Season 2 was actually good, and people say, oh, you know what, this actually does kind of capture the feel and motifs and themes of the game. I doubt it will. I don't see it happening. But every now and then there comes a time when you can just view a trailer or scattered clips and you can pinpoint the errors and understand exactly what the show's problems will be. The Halo TV show is one of them. It was clear from the get-go that they do not understand the character and the allure behind the Master Chief. I'm also a firm believer that when it comes to the IP of Halo, it should be easier to make a compelling entry. Even if it's non-canonical or in an alternate timeline or whatever, it should be easier to make something watchable using the Halo IP than it is to mess it up. Because Halo as an IP is so cool. And we have seen the Halo IP be utilized in different methodologies and in different applications over the years, and still shine regardless. If you want a big, bombastic, adrenaline-pumping narrative, you have Halo Combat Evolved in Halo 3. If you want a deep dive into thematic ties between organized religion and faith structures, and our own personal journeys throughout the world and understanding the ways of the world around us, you have Halo 2. If you want a deep character analysis, fleshed out, comparing and contrasting two key characters, you have Halo 4 with Master Chief and Cortana, as the machine is shown to be more human than the actual person who is Master Chief, and his journey to come to that realization. If you ever wanted to know what cock and ball torture felt like, Halo 5 existed. If you wanted a narrative, an uplifting one, about learning from the past and being able to move on, to form new ties and new relationships, while not forgetting the lessons from the past, Halo Infinite exists. If you want a slow, methodical, dark, macabre, atmospheric tale about rising from the ashes, ODST exists, a tragic narrative that depicts soldiers just trying to do their jobs against the odds, leading up and culminating into the ultimate sacrifice. You have Halo Reach. You have big bombastic space opera epics with Halo Wars. Remember Halo Legends? and all those different shorts and pieces they have in there. It is hard to mess up Halo, because any theme or motif that you can even possibly think up that you want to inspire, draw upon, and utilize, Halo almost certainly has some source material from which you can flesh out and develop and tell your tale. How do you mess up Halo? It is genuinely baffling to me. Even when you view it from a surface level, the weapons, the armor, the aliens, it's all cool. The ship design, lean into the action, have it be big, bombastic, have that classic Bungie era soundtrack blare in the background. You do not need to do a deep dive into a story or a character if you truly don't know what they are or what they represent or how they interact with the world at large within the context of Halo. But when you take a beloved IP and use it as a glorified coat of paint over the story you really want to tell, while not making proper use or even making a mockery of the source material, of course people are not going to be appreciative of that effort. You are not drawing in a new fan base or bringing in a new crowd, you are simply alienating the core audience of people who are the ones most excited to view and witness this show. And the only way that I personally think Halo Season 2 will get even talked about when it comes out is if there's a scene as egregious as having Master Chief have sex in front of Cortana while she watches again. That, or if the show is actually good now, which I'd be cool with, but still. And dude, the balls they have to upload Season 1 to YouTube, acting as if people are going to clamor to watch this thing in preparation for Season 2 to come out. I could barely make it through the trailers. But hey, maybe I'll try and sit through Season 1. Maybe I will. You know, Halo's PR was just turning a corner. Season 5 for Halo Infinite had a lot of genuine praise for it. A good chunk of content was added to the game, and then it's immediately followed up by Halo Season 2. I'm gonna hope for the best, but I think Halo best represents all the bad things when it comes to video game adaptations, or adaptations of video game narratives. Because most of the time, not always, most of the time, and this goes with like live action versions of anime and stuff like that as well, most of the time they feel like lazy, slapdash attempts to draw money from a core audience of people that just want to see their beloved characters and worlds brought to life on the big screen, or even the small screen. They just want to consume more content about the characters and the world that they love. And that same passion and adoration and respect for the IP and all the memories that people formed with that IP is clearly not there in the development side of things, is not there in the finished product. Not having played Halo is not a selling point when you're trying to sell me on a show based on a video game. Having played Halo and reading the books, and truly making a valiant effort to understand the source material and why these works are so beloved. Even if you are unfamiliar with Halo when you start out, if you at least make an effort to try and familiarize yourself with a good, honest effort by playing the games and maybe reading a book or two like The Fall of Reach to understand what it's all about, that would be a selling point because at least you're trying. Getting essentially a glorified version of SparkNotes about the world of Halo is more of a put-off than it is a put-on. Maybe they learned for Season 2, but they have not earned the right for people to be optimistic surrounding it, at least for me. And with that, I'll call the video there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in, my pleasure for making the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment down below with how far you've gotten into the Halo TV show. Could you not even make it out of the first trailer? Could you not get it out of could you not get out of episode 1? Or did you see the entire thing, in which case I feel genuinely apologetic that you had to sit through that? Or maybe you actually liked it, and if you did, I would want to hear why. Let me know, because I would genuinely be curious as to why. There's no shame in liking a thing, right? Just because I may have no interest in it, or if I don't like it, doesn't mean you can't like it. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody, until we meet again.